Students, today we are going to learn about the problem relating to the subsidiary book. The theory of subsidiary book already we discussed. Now I am going to recall that. The subsidiary books, there are 8. There are 8. Purchase book, purchase return book, sales book, sales return book, bills receivable book, bills payable book, cash book and journal proper. Today we are going to learn about 2 subsidiary book problems. 1 purchase book. Now we are going to learn. Let me see the problem. Okay. Before learning the problem, first we should be thorough about the format of purchase book. Purchase book, date, particular, ledger folio, inward invoice number, then rupees. Once again, date to be recorded, particulars to be recorded, ledger folio to be recorded, inward invoice number and rupees. Okay. Before learning about purchase book, we should know about purchases. Before learning about purchase book, we should know about details about the purchase. A business buys goods. A business buys goods on credit term. A business buys goods on credit terms. Then second, a business buys goods on cash. A business buys goods on credit term. A business buys goods on cash term. Then a business buys fixed assets. Fixed asset on credit terms. A business buys fixed asset on credit terms. Then at last, business buys fixed asset on cash term. So a business buys goods on credit term, a business buys goods on cash term, a business buys fixed asset on credit term and a business buys fixed asset on cash term, of which the goods on credit terms only recorded in the purchase book. Goods on cash basis will not be recorded in the purchase book. Fixed asset purchased on credit and fixed asset purchased on cash term will not be recorded in the purchase book. So goods which are bought for resale purpose on credit terms only recorded. Now let me see the problem. Sum number 1. Record the following transaction in the purchase book. Students, one thing we should be very careful. Purchase book and purchase account both are different. Purchase book is a subsidiary book. Purchase account is a ledger. Both are different. Keep it in your mind. Yes. Record the following transaction in the purchase book of Raja Furniture Mart. Raja Furniture Mart. So they are dealing with the buying and selling of furniture. So their goods are furniture. 2017 May 14. Purchased from Kasi Furniture on credit. So Raja Furniture purchase book we are preparing. They purchased, Raja Furniture Mart purchased from Kasi Furniture on credit. What all they bought? 10 chairs at 300 each, 4 tables at 800 each. Definitely it will be recorded in the purchase book because they are dealing with the buying and selling of furniture. So furniture considered to be goods they bought on credit terms. Yes. From whom we purchased Kasi Furniture? Kasi Furniture. So on 4th May 2017 bought from Kasi Furniture. Kasi Furniture. Kasi Furniture. What they bought? 10 chairs at 300 each. 10 chairs at 300. So total value how much? 3000. Then they bought 4 tables at 800 each. 3200. So they bought 2 items. So total they bought for 6200, recorded in the cash column. 6200. Next, on May 6th purchased for cash, this transaction will not be recorded. Purchased for cash, it may be purchase of goods or it may be purchase of fixed asset. For cash should not be recorded in the purchase book. So purchased for cash from Welcome Furniture. So they bought furniture, goods only on cash. It will not be recorded in the purchase book. Then we'll move to the other transaction. On May 10th, bought furniture from Murugan. Definitely it will come because it is a credit transaction. They bought furniture. So 10th May 2017, bought from Murugan. Bought from Murugan account. What they bought? 10 chairs at 250 each. 10 chairs at 250 each. Total 2500. Then what they bought? 5 tables at 750 each. Total 3750. Total purchase 6250. Here the delivery charges also given. So delivery charges, what we supposed to do? We have to add. Delivery charges should be added with total value 150. So total amount recorded against Murugan, how much? 6400. Next, on May 20, purchased 2 computers for office use. So they bought for office use. It is fixed asset purchased on credit. Purchased 2 computer for office use from Sita and company on credit. So here the computers are considered to be assets of the business. So it will not be recorded in the purchase book. Next, May 25th, purchased from Gautam and Co. 10 chairs. So it will come. 25th May 2017, Gautam and Co. Gautam and Co account. What they purchased? 10 chairs at 550 each. So total purchased 5500. Then 15 tables at 2000 each. Total 30,000. If you add these two, total purchases 35,500. Then delivery charges. In this case, delivery charges and trade discount also given. Delivery charges and trade discount also given. First we have to deduct trade discount, then we have to add delivery charges. Yes, we have to deduct trade discount. How much they allow trade discount? 10%. 10% of this value, 3,550, 05913. Then add delivery charges. Delivery charges value how much? 200. 05123. 32,150 recorded against Gautam. Then we have to total it. Total 6,200, 6,400, 12,600 plus 32,150. 05744. 44,750. It will be recorded in the debit side of purchase account. The total of purchase book posted to the debit side of purchase account. Students, we completed purchase book. Now we will see purchase return book. Students, now we learn problems relating to the purchase return book. It is also termed as return outward books. Goods which are bought from supplier on credit terms can be returned to them, called purchase return or return outwards. But goods are returned to the supplier. When we receive cash, it will not be recorded in the purchase return book. Once again I am repeating, goods bought on credit terms from the supplier can be returned to them, termed as purchase return. On returning the goods, when we receive cash from them, it will not be recorded in the purchase return book. Let me see the format of purchase return book. Purchase return book or return outward books. So purchase return book also called as return outward book. Date, particular. When we return goods to the supplier, we have to prepare debit note. So for that we have one number called debit note number, then rupees. Let me see the problem. Enter the following transaction in the return out book of Mr. Somu. On 8th April 2018, goods returned to Gopi. So we are returning goods to the Gopi, rupees 10,000, cash not received. So we can write 8/4/2018. Returned goods to Gopi. Returned goods to Gopi. How much? 10,000 rupees. Then on 9th April 2018, goods returned to Akbar. It will be also recorded. Akbar account. How much? 15,000. On 12th April 2018, goods returned to Kapil. So we are returning goods to the Kapil. He is also our supplier because we are returning goods. Goods returned to Kapil 8,000 rupees and cash received for the returned goods. It will not be recorded in the purchase return book. So we should return goods to the supplier, those who sold goods to us on credit terms, but we should not collect money from them. If we collect money, it will not be recorded in the purchase return book. Now we will make it as total. Total 25,000. Purchase return account credit. Students, purchase return book is different, purchase return account is different. Purchase return book is a subsidiary book, purchase return account is a ledger. So purchase return, the total of purchase book credited to the purchase return account. Students, in this class we completed the preparation of purchase book and preparation of purchase return book. We completed. In next class we will solve different problem. Till that, bye and thank you.